Welcome back, you guys. Your boy CK. Now, I'm pretty sure most people growing up, when they played football, you didn't just play offense or defense. You played both. Like, for instance, I was a cornerback, which I loved playing, and I didn't really have good hands, but I still had to play something on offense. So I was like wingback / wide receiver. Anyways, the point is that that doesn't happen in the NFL. Like, you usually only play either offense or defense. But the question of the day is, what if you made the starting wide receiver on every NFL team into a cornerback? Would they still be as effective? Like, does it translate from one side of the field to the other? Let's find out. If you guys play Ultimate Team and you want to get some coins, make sure to check out my sponsor, link in the description, MUTReserve.com. Use my code CK and I promise you'll be rich one day. But in the meantime, you'll get 15% off your order. So what I did was pretty much go through every single team and switch their #1 wide receiver only to cornerback. You know, I wanted to keep at least one good wide receiver on every single team, so we just did one. And once they were on cornerback, their ratings went down. So our work wasn't finished, pretty much. Once they're at cornerback, they were at the bottom of the depth chart, so we had some more work to do. We kept the #1 cornerback on each team untouched, but I had to make sure these wide receivers were starting on defense and actually getting some playing time. So we had to go in and edit every single cornerback besides the #1 cornerback on every single team to make sure our wide receivers were starting. So I'd appreciate if you can take 2 seconds and like the video. All right, so let's go team by team, starting with the Bears and see their ratings, man. Allen Robinson is a 45 overall cornerback. I'm pretty sure we only had like 330s, so that's actually pretty decent. AJ Green's a 43. Stephon Diggs is a 44 with 92 speed. We have Cortland Sutton, a 43. Odell Beckham Jr., 47. Pretty good. I thought it was going to be higher. I thought he was going to be at least in the 50s, but hey, 47 is not bad. Mike Evans would be a pretty decent, okay, maybe not pretty decent, but relatively speaking, he'd be, upper tier in terms of cornerbacks that are wide receivers, man. DeAndre Hopkins, though, the second highest rated wide receiver at cornerback. Yeah, he can pretty much do it all. So that clip you saw with him versus D'Angelo, if the roles were reversed, I still think he could get the better of Mr. Hall. Keenan Allen would be a 44. I was expecting that one to be higher. I think like most wide receivers with amazing route running, I'll expect them to be higher because they have agility, great change of direction. But hey, that's not how it works. Anyways, 49 overall for Tyreek Hill. That's actually pretty decent. 40 overall for T.Y. Not very good. That's one of the lower ones we've seen. Amari Cooper, 43 overall. Not very good as well. 39 for Devontae Parker. I was not expecting that, but once again, we're not using wide receiver stats. We're using the cornerback stats, so all their coverages might not be the best. Alshon Jeffrey, 39. Very, very low. The Falcons had Julio, 47. You already know his tackling is incredible. I think at safety, he's one of the highest, but we're doing cornerback for this experiment. 47 overall, not too shabby. 46 overall for Deebo Samuel. The Giants had Golden Tate at a 40 overall. The Jaguars had DJ Chark Jr. at a 38. That is the lowest rating for a wide receiver at cornerback. 41 overall for Jameson Crowder. I was expecting the shorter guys to be a little bit better. I don't know why. Maybe better change of direction. I have no idea. Or at least good slot cornerbacks. Maybe they're good in the slot. Kenny G is a 44 overall. Devontae Adams, 46 overall. He has universal coverage. I didn't give them these X factors. I guess if you had an X factor on offense, you just automatically got one on defense, so that's pretty interesting. The Panthers had Robbie Anderson at a 42 overall. The Patriots have by far the best cornerback duo because they still have Stephon at 99, and they have Edelman, the highest overall wide receiver cornerback, as their #2. Tyrell Williams, 47 overall for the Raiders. The Rams, Cooper Kupp with 42. I thought he was going to be better than that because he's very quick, very agile. He can switch directions really easily. Marquise Hollywood Brown, 42 overall for the Ravens. We have Scary Terry at a 42 overall for the football team. Michael Thomas, 41 overall with shutdown X Factor, man. So I'm expecting the guys with X Factors to progress a lot faster. And obviously, superstar development, they're going to progress a lot faster. 42 overall for Tyler Lockett and the Seahawks. We have 52 overall Juju, third highest wide receiver at cornerback. I saw that coming a mile away. The Bulls an animal. Texans have Brandon Cooks at a 43 overall. The Titans have A.J. Brown at a 41. Thought he'd be a little bit higher. I know his tackling gotta be crazy. He's a very physical individual. Adam Thielen, 40 overall. Thought he'd be higher too. But yeah, there you have it. Not that many great cornerbacks left. There's one good one per team, and that's about it. After that, there's a huge drop off. So yeah, let's see what happens. We're gonna simulate a season. All right, so let's see what the stats look like, man. Starting with the Eagles, Alshon Jeffrey, 83 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and 6 pass deflections. Julio, 72 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss. I'm waiting to see a cornerback that had an interception. That was formerly a wide receiver, man. Debo, the first one. He had 1 interception, 79 tackles, 3 tackles for a loss. Not bad at all, man. 84 tackles for Golden Tate. He had 4 tackles for a loss and an interception with 9 deflections, bro. Some of these guys actually played it really well. 107 tackles for DJ Chark, and he had a half a sack and 3 tackles for loss. I don't know if we're going to beat that number right there. 107 tackles for a cornerback that used to play wide receiver, man. 80 tackles for James Crowder, 3 tackles for a loss. Kenny Galladay had 115 tackles. I stand corrected. 4 tackles for a loss and 1 interception. That might be the best stat line we've seen so far from any of our former wide receivers at cornerback, man. 77 tackles for Devontae. He had an interception and 2 tackles for a loss. 1 interception for Robbie Anderson to go along with 98 tackles and a tackle for a loss. I was hoping for a poop ton of interceptions for these wide receivers because you already know they have amazing hands. Julian Edelman with 104 tackles, 1 interception, 3 tackles for a loss. Tyrell Williams, 81 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, no interceptions. Unfortunately, man, let's see what Cooper Kupp did. 98 tackles, 1 interception, a half a sack, and 4 tackles for a loss. The first wide receiver cornerback to have a stat in every one of these 4 categories, man. He killed it. Marquise Hollywood Brown with a half sack and 93 tackles, along with 2 tackles for a loss. Not too shabby. Scary Terry, 85 tackles. The first wide receiver cornerback with 2 interceptions on the season. Don't test him, man. Scary Terry works on offense and defense. That nickname is goated. On the Saints, we had Michael Thomas with a stat in every one of these categories. I mean, he had an interception along with 85 tackles, man. On the Seahawks, we had Tyler Lockett with 93 tackles, 2 interceptions. Another wide receiver at cornerback to have multiple interceptions on the season. Let's see what Juju did. 108 tackles, 2 sacks, and an interception. That might be the best stat line we've seen so far. It's up there. It has to be up there, man. Very well-rounded season for Mr. Smith-Schuster. On the Texans, Brandon Cooks had 90 tackles and an interception to go along with it. On the Titans, A.J. Brown, 106 tackles, 2 interceptions, 1 tackle for a loss. Not a bad season, actually really good. One of the best, man. Adam Thielen, 105 tackles, only 2 tackles for a loss. On the Bears, we had Allen Robinson with an interception, a half a sack to go along with 99 tackles, man. These guys were getting after the ball carriers and the pass catchers. 86 tackles for A.J. Green, 2 interceptions. Stephon Diggs, 97 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, and an interception. On the Broncos, we had Cortland Sutton, 101 tackles, 1 interception, 3 tackles for a loss. On the Browns, Odell, 92 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, and a half sack. No interceptions from Odell. Maybe they didn't test him. I don't know. Who knows? Mike Evans, 72 tackles only, 4 tackles for a loss, and 1 QB sack. We'll see how his team did. If they're really good, that means the front 7 was just tackling all the ball carriers, before he had a chance to. On the Cardinals, DeAndre Nuke Hopkins, 96 tackles, the most tackles for a loss, and the most interceptions. I mean, I don't know why I'm acting surprised. He was the 2nd highest rated wide receiver at cornerback, so it makes sense that he would have one of the best, if not the best season at cornerback. Let's see what happened on the Chargers. Keenan Allen, 74 tackles, 2 tackles for a loss, a half sack, and an interception. Tyreek, 85 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, no interceptions or sacks. Unfortunate right there, man. On the Colts, T.Y., 80 tackles, 1 tackle for a loss, and a half sack. Let's see about Amari Cooper, 89 tackles, a half sack, and 3 tackles for a loss. On the Dolphins, we had Devontae Parker with 96 tackles, 2 interceptions, and 5 tackles for a loss. Wasn't he like the lowest rated wide receiver at cornerback? And he still ended up with one of the better seasons. Cam Newton was MVP, but what I'm concerned about is if any of our wide receivers at cornerback were able to win any awards. So first, let's check DPOY. Yeah, that one was a little far-fetched. I didn't think that was going to be an option, but best DB, we might have somebody. In the AFC, nobody. Okay, that's very unfortunate. Remember, they're battling out the number 1 cornerbacks on every team and also the safeties, so it's gonna be tough. In the NFC, let's see, anybody. Damn it, DeAndre! He won an award of 59 overall. Gets the 10th best DB award in the NFC. Let's see which one of these cornerbacks are able to help their team go deep in the playoffs. Well, at least one thing is realistic.
The NFC East is terrible.
9-7 wins that division, man. The Ravens end up doing really well. To be fair, you know, teams stayed the same for the most part. All they lost was the #1 wide receiver who ended up going to cornerback. Everyone's secondary was compromised. So yeah, it's understandable. Most of the good teams still ended up in the playoffs. The Saints missed out. Chargers missed out. Cardinals and Nuke didn't make it, unfortunately, even though he had a great season. So yeah, I'm not too surprised at most of these teams that are not in the playoffs. Wild card around, we got the Browns over the Bills, Colts over the Titans, the Chiefs over Edelman and the Patriots. Evans and the Bucks beat the Bears. The Giants beat the Cowboys. And then the Seahawks beat the Niners. Divisional round, we had the Colts beat the Ravens. The Packers and Devontae beat the Seahawks. Tyreek and the Chiefs beat the Browns. And then the Giants, once again with Tate, end up beating the Bucks. So our conference championship is the Colts and Chiefs and Giants and Packers. All right, we get to see Tyreek. You can see him up there with the star. Yes, sir. Oh, you saw the back pedal? You saw how quick the back pedal? He might be a little bit too quick. Yeah, no one's beating him over top. If you line up against Tyreek, you might as well just keep running curls. You're not going to be able to beat him deep on a go route. Let's see if Rivers decides to test Tyreek. I doubt it. Yeah, he didn't even have a chance to get it off cleanly, and the Colts are going to have to punt the ball. All right, so now it's time to see T.Y. Is that him up top? This man pressing. Okay, he looking like a real cornerback. Yikers. Kind of got beat a little bit right there. Both cornerbacks got beat. Mahomes a little bit too hype off of just one slant, though. 2nd down and 5. T.Y. top of the screen. Okay, it's cover 2. It's cover 2. T.Y. in open field. Yes, sir. Look at the tackle. All right, T.Y. is not even in the game right now. I didn't expect him to be in during the goal line package. So Tyreek and the Chiefs end up coming out on top in this one. Let's see who they're going to play in the Super Bowl. Let's see what Rodgers can do. There it is, Golden Tate with a nice overfield tackle. So tackling is not a problem. Yeah, this might end up being a Rodgers versus Mahomes Super Bowl, man. Look at this man already in the zone. Tate at the bottom of the screen. They're not even targeting him right now. All right, so once again, this team is in the red zone. Tate's not in the game. They end up scoring anyways. Let's move on to the next possession. Now we get to see Devontae, top of the screen. Remember, he has an X Factor, I'm pretty sure. So he's going to be nasty. He's going to be absolutely disgusting. Like, I didn't have to change their X Factor. It changed automatically as soon as they switched positions. So that's pretty cool. Oh, he actually went to Devontae. Look at the tackle, though. He walked over him, too. The absolute disrespect, man. Wide receivers and cornerbacks, they both are very, you know, emotional, animated, very passionate. So, you know, that did not go away from it as they switched. Nice tackle right there once again. I'm just going to wait for a man-to-man situation. I'm going to wait until Devontae gets targeted. When it's one-on-one, okay, the toss to his side. He actually staved off 2 blockers pretty well. And once again, the offense moves into the red zone. Devontae's no longer in the game, and they score anyways. Let's see who's going to the Super Bowl. As expected, it's the Packers, 32-19. It was Mahomes and the Chiefs that came out on top, 45-29 versus the Packers. So there you go. This is what, oh my goodness, hold up. 4 interceptions for Rodgers. What the hell happened over there, man? Let's see if Tyreek had any. He had 1. So if the starting wide receiver on every NFL team was to switch to cornerbacks, the Chiefs would end up Super Bowl champions. Tyreek would end up having a huge impact. I have a bunch of position switch ideas in mind, but let me know which one you guys want to see first, man. Thank you so much for watching to the end. You guys are amazing. Hopefully you have a great weekend. It's actually my birthday weekend, so, you know, I'm just hoping that, you know, if you stayed this long, if you could like the video. That's all I ask for my birthday. Thank you so much, and I'll see you on the next one.